YouTube, what's going on? Horse Racing Gamer here. Welcome back to Gallop Racer 2003. As always, appreciate you guys' love and support on the channel, especially the new series with Final Stretch Horse Racing Sim 1. Really been enjoying that. Can't wait to continue. Of course, don't worry, Gallop Racer 2004, not going anywhere. I've just been enjoying, obviously, playing some different things. You guys know how it is. Anyways, we're in March of year 1. I think we should be in year 2, but I think we're in year 1. Whatever. Or we are in year 2. We did breed. I can't remember who, but we have a foal that will be here next year. Lost Son. We still have Needed Count and Loving Bell. We're just gonna stick with these two. Oh yeah, we're in year 3 actually. I was looking at the calendar date the wrong way. I was looking at it like how it normally is with date, month, year, but in this game it's year, day, month. Yeah, anyways. This will be a shorter episode. I've been really busy with studies lately. I'm getting a certain certification, and it's very, very, very in-depth. 2 out of 3 people fail the exam to get the certification, so I am making sure I am maximizing my time to study and prepare for that, so I can obviously get my certification, because if you don't, you have to pay a lump sum to even retake the exam. Who wants to do that? So my time has been consumed with that. It's in the medical field, so it's obviously very in-depth stuff that you're not going to pass the exam and get your certification if you're not studying. So episodes will be shorter just so I can give you guys more content spread out over the next week. My exam's in about a couple weeks to a month, but like I said, 2 out of 3 people fail, so I'm not taking any shortcuts. Anyways, we're jumping into this G3 here. We're going 9 furlongs on the dirt. 9 furlongs on the dirt. We're racing with Loving Bell. This is a horse I have to start my spurts with earlier. Glad to know that I'm not the only one who noticed that about this game. I thought maybe I was just going crazy, but forgot who. One of you mentioned, I think it was Ricky. I don't know if it was you, but you said for you even have to start going with certain horses at 3.5, which is still pretty crazy in its own right. So yeah, and I guess just another disclaimer. I'm sipping on some coffee here, but another disclaimer. When I have my conversations comparing this game to 2004, I understand some of you are really passionate about the Gallop Racer series just as I am, and some of you really love 2004 just as much as I do. I mean, it's still my favorite game in the entire series, but sometimes, not even everybody, I would say there's just a couple of comments I occasionally get where people are just blindly defending 2004 as if it's the best game ever and there's no flaws in it. There's definitely flaws, people, okay? We all love the game. It's probably most of our favorites, right? Most of us can agree 2004 is probably our favorite in the series, but blindly defending the flaws and some of the inefficiencies of the game is, it's not exactly fair. Obviously, and I forgot I do have to get this horse going, which, this is my first race back. I'm just going to keep him on the inside. See what we can do here. Obviously, I do remember we got to get him going sooner, so hopefully we'll get some space. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll move. Okay, we actually have a gap. Now, let's see what Loving Bell is able to do. It's my first race back, so I'm not expecting a great result. Of course, stamina's going to give out. It probably got him going a little bit too soon, in all honesty, which is fine. I mean, it's always the first race back. Just got to get myself back into the swing of things. But yeah, I think sometimes, again, my comments are not understood or taken completely out of context. Because I think in one of the last videos, I mentioned something about what I don't like about 2004. I would say the main thing I don't like about 2004 is the fact that the game punishes you for not working with all the trainers. And I think there was a comment, I think from Jason, who was a longtime supporter of the channel, of course. So Jason, just know that I do, appreciate and obviously I respect you. But the comment said that 2004 doesn't force you to do anything you don't want to do. And yes, that's true. But at the same time, the game punishes you for not working with all trainers, which is not realistic, because in real life, jockeys don't get punished if they choose they don't want to. If they have the option, or they decide, I should say, they don't want to work with a particular trainer. I mean, that's just natural. You might hear horse racing in the background. My local track, I'm watching them on YouTube during a live stream. I meant to mute that. And I probably will after this race. So we're racing with our filly Neat Account here. We should finish middle of the field, so we'll see how she does. But again, my point being that in real life, jockeys don't obviously ride every horse for every trainer. They have their trainers they like to work with, and that's it. They're not punished for deciding not to work with certain trainers. That just doesn't happen. That's one thing that 2004 does. That's unrealistic. And another thing as well, you guys noticed in my last 2004 video, closing out the year, it was arguably my best year as a jockey in probably 6 or 7 years in that game. Of course, we're like 14, or I can't remember how many seasons we're in. We're over at least 13 seasons in the game. And the last video I think I uploaded with 2004 was by far my best jockey year, like I said, in quite some time. And Nozawa and whomever else, I can't remember, said, "Oh, you've been struggling this year. You're in a slump." We weren't in a slump. We literally had our best year. We won with highest average and highest earnings. The only thing we didn't come first in was the win category. We had our best year, and that's what I mean by just coding issues, inefficiencies of the game. Clearly, the game is not perfect, and even if you have a good year, just because of just natural imperfections, the game will say, "Oh yeah, this isn't your best year. You're in a slump." When, like I said, we literally performed better than we had in a long time, and people were trying to defend that, saying, "Oh, well, it makes sense because of this, that, and that." It doesn't make sense, people. It's the game. The game's not perfect. It has its issues. That's all I try to say. I just think sometimes people blindly defend the game and make excuses for all the inefficiencies and flaws when you should be calling them out as they are and say this is not perfect. No horse racing game is perfect. No video game is perfect in general. And that could have been a better finish, but again, we're getting warmed up here. I started my spurt a little bit late. Point being, hold the game accountable for its flaws and its inefficiencies. Blindly defending it, saying everything that happens in the game makes sense, is just, it's not accurate at all. It's just not accurate, and it's not true. And like I said, I love Gallop Race 2004. It's my favorite game of the series. It's really still to this day my favorite horse racing game of all time, and it probably always will be. But the game should be held accountable for its flaws and inefficiencies, and some things that just don't make sense. Like I said, I think the game, obviously, they tried their hardest to make it as realistic as possible while still keeping kind of some of those, I would say, fantasy elements in there, but it is not perfect. And sometimes it's a little like, oh, really? Like, when you see a comment defending the game saying everything it does makes sense, when I think everybody should know that's not the case. I guess that's the point I was trying to make. Anyways, Neat Account, she's got to rest up, so we'll focus on Loving Bell, but actually we're just going to go ahead and skip to next week. So, hopefully, that makes sense. I don't know how else to really put that going forward. Like I said, it's not like I'm mad or anything at anybody. It's just, like I said, I just kind of get a little when I see comments defending the game as if it's perfect and as if there are no flaws. It's just kind of like turning a blind eye to the blatant issue or issues, I would say, that the game has. And it's not a whole lot. It's really it. The game punishes you for not working with certain trainers. Yeah, it doesn't tell you you have to ride certain people's horses, obviously. Like, I choose not to work with Cook anymore, but your relationship suffers, and that's not how it works in the real world. Not for a lot of things. Just because you choose not to work with somebody, it doesn't mean your relationship with that particular person or employee or employer is bad. That's not how the real world works. You know what I mean? And I saw a comment saying, "Well, this is how the world works." It's like, the world doesn't work like that. I don't know what world you live in, but you're not always punished for choosing not to work with certain people. That's just not even a thing. And that's what I mean about the game punishing you for not working with certain trainers. Yeah, you don't have to, but your relationship is going to suffer. Your foals are going to cost more, obviously. You're not going to have the opportunity to ride some of their horses, which obviously that makes sense. If you don't talk to a trainer, you're not going to ride their horses. But me being punished for having the best year in the game makes no sense. You know what I mean? Like, it logically makes no sense, because I had my best year, and it's just a coding malfunction with the AI saying, "You're in a slump this year, huh, buddy?" It's like, dude, I had my best year. What are you talking about? Anywho, I digress. This year, we're just going to continue to work with these horses. Neat Account, she is really not in good shape, so we're going to have to just wait to race her. We'll get back on here with Loving Bell. See if we can do better this time around. Gotta watch his stamina, obviously. 9 furlongs. We're the favorite. That's dangerous. It's dangerous because Loving Bell is still tricky. Even though I know exactly what I need to do with him, it's just like either I get it timed right or I don't. Okay, not the greatest of starts, but we'll make it happen. Now, ideally, the best thing to do would be to obviously try to get inside position if we're fortunate. Obviously, and okay, Loving this horse is so he's so inconsistent. He'll want to go straight to the front, and then he's really kind of becoming a headache. Like I think he's an okay horse, but golly, he responds too much or too little. Like if I tell him just to speed up, he goes blazing, and if I tell him to slow down, he decides to just stop running altogether. Like, Bell, I'm not telling you I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just trying to tell you to slow it down a bit or pick it up a bit. I'm not telling you to go from 0 to 100 at all. And again, I highly doubt we're winning this. And again, that's just because I'm realizing he's not as responsive to me as I thought. I don't know. I guess I got lucky with him one race because he does not respond the way I would like him to. And I don't think we're winning this unless we get lucky and we have a crazy last-minute spurt, which we're kind of coming through here. Furlong to go, but I don't know. And whipped him too much. The whip meter in this game is so flaky. I knew I wasn't going to win this race. Like I said, I don't like being the favorite with certain horses. And this horse is kind of frustrating me. I'm not even going to lie to you. Of course, part of that could be, part of that I guess is my responsibility, but it's just, he's just too up and down, Need a count. I love racing with her. She is much more responsive. She's much more, easygoing, which is crazy about Loving Bell. I don't even think his temper is that high. So why, or his, I don't know. Let's look at him. He has good guts, but you would never know. Like, we hardly ever get a chance. His temper is 41, so it's not great. His feel is 31, so maybe that's why he's kind of just up and down all the time. It's starting to really annoy me. Gotta be honest. Yeah, see? Need to count her temper 65, which isn't bad. I mean, it's halfway. And her feel is 44, so she's definitely a much more well-rounded horse than Loving Bell. Don't want to give up on him, clearly, but I'm almost getting to the point where I kind of want to sell him. Or just get rid of him and just stick with the filly, to be honest. Like, she is much more easier to ride. But I'm not going to give up on him yet. Let's see. Let's try to go 7 furlongs open. And then need a count, excuse me. She goes 6 to 9 on the turf. We'll race her right now. 8 furlongs, see how she does. But like I said, if we can't get it together with Loving Bell, I'll probably just get rid of him. Just look for a horse that I can actually cooperate with, even if that horse is a front runner. I'm starting to become more open to the idea of running with some of these horses. I like to run towards the front, even though, like I said, it's not my preference. As long as they're easy to work with, I don't mind it. So need to count. We're expected to finish middle of the field Tuesday. So let's see how we do. Like I said, she's much easier to work with. So worst comes to worst, I will just get rid of Loving Bell. Maybe try to find another colt or another filly. Honestly, I mean, I don't absolutely need to run with a colt just because. Like, I just want horses that will work well with me, regardless of their fillies or colts. And obviously, if I'm looking to breed, obviously I will need one or the other, or both, or whatever the case may be. Okay, so she's dropping back a little bit. Okay, sorry about that. I was muting my my Mac that was playing the live race I was watching. Still kind of am watching. All right, let's get her going. We're way back here. Let's see if we can get this nice triple on the inside. Oh, okay, got stopped. That's fine. That's fine. We have this gap. I mean, we have this rail. Really nice trip along the rail. I don't know if we're going to get blocked here, but let's see. Stamina's giving out. That's a couple of times stamina's giving out on us, which obviously is a reflection of me. Well, this is not going to be the greatest of episodes, so we're supposed to finish 7th. Yeah. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. The stretches haven't been good. I'm running into stamina issues, which usually doesn't happen too much. It's a matter of me timing my spurts more than anything. I usually don't run into stamina issues unless the horse is just awful. So the fact that we're hitting this wall is not good. It means I need to tighten up here. So let's try to do better this time around. It should have been a much better performance with needed count, but I did physically step away from the game, which probably wasn't smart, but I knew I had some time. Okay, we're always the favorite with this horse. I don't even care at this point. It doesn't mean anything to me. It really doesn't. It does not mean anything to me. We actually need to like perform well. All right. Now let's see how he actually does. You see, this is what I mean. He ends up like wanting to just rocket to the front here. And I'm just like, dude, relax. Like, you don't have to go to the front. Now, this is actually okay. This is okay. If we can kind of conserve our stamina properly, we're not going to get an inside trip, so we're going to have to stay right here. We got good stamina reserves right now. I think we do. Okay. Alright, let's get him going. Let's see. Just one whip. That horse is going to come out. We're going to move to the inside here. Okay, let's see. Now, this is good. This is a good spurt here from Loving Bell. And we finally get a win that we've been missing. I think we're finally going to get it. There we go. All right. There's a good redeeming race and effort from Loving Bell. That is what... At this point, there's like 5, 6, 7 races I should have won with him. Well, I said I was going to get rid of him. Clearly, that's not happening now. But still, I'm still a little hesitant. But he actually did pretty well in terms of his staying. Usually, like I said, he's super up and down. He'll either want to slow down completely or go too fast. And he actually was pretty... I mean, he was pretty much balanced. As long as he's balanced out, he's not going to lose stamina. I'm going to hopefully have a chance to time his spurt right, and we'll be good to go. So... So yeah, that's a good effort. It's a good effort. He's not a terrible horse. Like I say, he's just a, it's not the easiest to work with. That was a good race, though. Foal has been born. Oh, yay! This year. Holy crap. Oh! Look at, oh my goodness. Filly or colt? Beautiful girl. OMG. Beautiful gray. Holy cow. I would call her Skip Away. Just because she is a gray. Of course, Skip Away was a colt, but you know what? We'll call her, I forgot what her parents' names were anyways. I'll have to look back. But, oh my goodness. A gray filly. She is adorable. I totally forgot it was this year. I thought, I was totally out. What's another name? Away She Goes? I think Away She Goes. It's a play on Skip Away. Obviously, if you're skipping away, you're going away. But Away She Goes is like the same thing. She is adorable. I totally forgot. I totally forgot she was going to be born this year. Where's the space function? There we go. Oh, your horse's names can actually be pretty long in here. Some titles you can only have like 10 characters. So this is nice. We can actually have some distance. Away She Goes. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe it. I totally forgot. I'm starting to think long term. 2004 I think is always going to be my favorite, but this is going to be a close one. Just because you don't have that stress and annoyance with the trainers. You know what I mean? Away She Goes. Oh my goodness. Breeding season has begun again. I'd say we're going to get right back into it. Why not? We usually haven't gotten this quick into breeding in the games now. So we still have Only Ocean, who's our only stud. Okay, so we did Only Ocean and Lost Sun to create Away She Goes. So let's check her out. I could care less about her potential. Just look at her. Away she goes. Pedigree from... Oh my goodness. I totally forgot that it was going to be this year. And she's a gray filly at that. My first gray filly in any of these games ever. In terms of a Gallop Racer original. Like I said, I could care less about her potential. Oh my goodness. I'm excited. We get a win and our filly is born. And we're going to go at it again. This year we're doing Only Ocean and Special Silence. At least he's C ranked. I mean, that's not terrible. Special Silence. She's D ranked, so we'll see what they create. But oh my goodness, that filly, she's adorable. I hope it works out well. Thanks, Mr. Does anybody know his name? Like the Gallop Racer avatar? Like, does he even have a name? So we'll have another foal next spring. I'm really just enjoying the simplicity of this game because obviously it still has a lot of features of 2004 without, like I said, the complexity of the trainers and all that nonsense. You know what I mean? I didn't want to go to the academy. Folly. Only thing it's missing is being able to change your silks. And my silks are, like I said, I like the Lakers as a basketball team, but I don't like these colors in this game. I don't know what I was thinking. I literally don't. So away she goes. She's in our stable. She'll be ready to go in 2 years, obviously, I would assume. And Special Silence is going to be the next one from, so of course we'll change the name, but, well, I'm excited. I'm so excited for our next foal. I'm excited to race Away She Goes, and like I said, she's the first gray filly I've ever had as an original, so that's going to be exciting. All right, we got to win with Loving Bell. Let's see if we can do the same here with Nita Counta. Don't ask me why I said it like that. I'm just overly excited now, if you can't tell by the tone of my voice. Cause like I said, I totally forgot the foal was going to be born this year. I forgot we kind of breezed through last year pretty quickly. We did breeding last year. We breezed through it and we got to this point now. And yeah, she's here. Cannot wait to race her. It's going to be awesome. And best thing is my horses cannot be taken away from me in this game. So I can actually have the time to work with them. Oh, man. I can actually work with my babies. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's going to take them away from me. Alright, anyways, 9 furlongs on the turf here for Nita Count. Should finish in the money. Let's make sure we do it. So let's make sure we get her settled. I noticed in this game, kind of the feel was a little bit different in 2004. I think it's a little easier to get horses settled in 2004. This game, you have to do a little bit more effort. So I just need to make sure that obviously I get her settled in. Obviously to the point where the field's not totally passing us. And that's also an issue I've noticed too. I've allowed the field to get way too far away from us, and obviously that makes things a little bit harder when it comes to having to cover so much ground in the stretch. So I need to be more mindful of trying to obviously keep my horses close while still keeping them in their preferred leg position. Sometimes I think I've kind of lost sight of that. As usual with these videos that I just record, you know, they'll stop and start at just random times. It's a lot easier for me editing, and I can get them out to you guys much sooner. So I'll just be playing this, like I said, whether or not this should still be episode 1, I think. Okay, now she's running a little bit hot here, but we got to kind of get her going, and all this moving up front. What are you guys doing? All right, let's see what happens. Oh, you're gonna block me? You're gonna block me, aren't you? That's fine. That's fine. That is fine. I mean, we weren't expected to win this race, but finishing in the money would have been nice if I didn't get blocked. But maybe we'll, nah, we're not gonna get there. Close, but, yeah, we got, like, 9th. That's annoying. 8th. Could have been much better. We got blocked. There's nothing I can do. You're supposed to finish 5th. Yeah, that's... I know. That was on me. I probably should have gotten her going sooner, for sure, just to kind of get through that gap. So I still got to work on my spurts. That's always been my worst attribute in any of the games. In this one, it's still taking me time to really, obviously, get it together, I think. Loving Bell, he got a win here. Let's see if we can get him another one. And let's keep him to 7 furlongs if we have a chance. 8 actually isn't bad. 7 in Hiroshima? Let's try it. It's a grade 3. It's probably not where he should be, but I think he can manage it. He's okay. As you can see, our stretch rating is only a 30. Our feel is 27. So actually, that's pretty telling. Our starts are good. Our positioning is relatively good. And consistency is okay, but feel and stretch are definitely bad. So that's obviously a clear reflection of our performances. Congratulations on the new Foal. I've set up a training center for your Foal. I totally train your horse before it's 2 years old. I totally forgot that was a thing too. Like, OMG, there's so many things in this game that I forgot. Why did they take this away in 2004? This is what I mean. It's so weird for this to have been the predecessor to 2004, yet some of these options are much better. Building help businessman. Great course for training speed, not as good for heart. Dirt is a great course for stamina. Of course, we're going for stamina all the time. Extend. Okay, so we actually can extend. We can make an incline course, and we can extend this course, which I assume will be a straight for speed. Widen course. Okay, wait, so this extended course widens the course, allows for simulated races to improve guts. Okay, that'll be nice. And then incline improves guts as well. Now, we don't have that much money, so I'm not going to spend that all now. Okay, so got it. So we're definitely working for stamina first. Hands down. Hands down, we're gonna work for stamina.